Mexico has many cartels. Sinaloa, Jalisco, Zetas. Big names, big wars. But Los Cabos? Different and strange. They didn't rise in the mountains. Not in the jungles. Not in border towns. They rose in paradise. Cabo San Lucas. A place known for beaches, luxury, tourists, resorts, nightclubs, and million-dollar yachts. But beneath the sun and surf, blood. Los Cabos wasn't born for smuggling. Not for business. Not for trafficking routes. They were born for one thing: terror. And that made them dangerous. The first bodies shocked everyone. Tourists saw it. Families, children. Broad daylight. On beaches. On roads leading to hotels. Not hidden in the desert. Not buried in safe houses. Public. Open. Intentional. Los Cabos wanted attention. And they got it. Panic spread. Tourists canceled trips. The local economy bled. And the gang smiled. Because this was their plan. Other cartels recruit soldiers, gunmen, and traffickers. Los Cabos recruited ghosts. Young men with no history. No records. No pasts. They weren't flashy. No gold chains. No Instagram photos with tigers. They blended in. Worked in resorts by day. Killed by night. They moved like shadows. Untraceable. Unpredictable. Who led them? No one knew. Names whispered. Cabo 20. Cabo 50. But never confirmed. It was like the gang didn't exist. Until it was too late. Police reports confused investigators. Victims weren't just rivals. Sometimes they were random. Tourists, taxi drivers, and street vendors. Killed the same way. Execution style. Same signature. But why? Cartels don't waste bullets. Not like this. Some files vanished. Witnesses disappeared. Even the autopsies altered. Someone was protecting Los Cabos. But who? A name finally surfaced. Cabo 20. The supposed leader. Sadistic and unstable. A man with no rules. Witnesses described him as paranoid. He killed his own men. For suspicion. For whispers. Rivals feared him. But so did his soldiers. Cabo 20 wasn't building an empire. He was building chaos. And the more violent he became, the faster Los Cabos grew. Fear was their business. And Cabo 20 was the perfect salesman. A name finally surfaced. Cabo 20. The supposed leader. Sadistic and unstable. A man with no rules. Witnesses described him as paranoid. He killed his own men. For suspicion. For whispers. Rivals feared him. But so did his soldiers. Cabo 20 wasn't building an empire. He was building chaos. And the more violent he became, the faster Los Cabos grew. Fear was their business. And Cabo 20 was the perfect salesman. Then it happened. The tourists were kidnapped and killed. Wrong place. Wrong time. A honeymoon couple vanished. Their rental car found burned. American students disappeared. Their parents begged on TV. The world watched. And Mexico's image collapsed. Los Cabos didn't care. They wanted cameras. They wanted headlines. Because headlines meant fear. And fear meant power. Investigators dug deeper. Los Cabos wasn't alone. They weren't just local killers. They had ties. To prison gangs. To rival cartels. Even to police. How? Money, threats, and corruption. But there was something darker. Some murders carried Sinaloa's signature. Others looked like Jalisco. Some like both. Impossible. No gang works for rivals. Unless they weren't working for anyone. They were working for everyone. Whispers spread. Cops weren't just ignoring Los Cabos. Some were helping. fake checkpoints, police radios, uniforms supplied directly to the gang, cartel killers dressed as officers, pulled over rivals, executed them on the roadside. No one questioned it, until locals noticed. The same officers were always there, the same names, the same units. Police weren't fighting Los Cabos. They were Los Cabos. Every time someone spoke up, they vanished. Taxi drivers, witnesses, and even journalists were all gone. A lawyer investigating kidnappings? Car found abandoned. He never returned home. A journalist who exposed the gang? Last seen leaving a bar. Never seen again. And the police? Silent. The files closed. The cases forgotten. It was as if Los Cabos erased people from reality. Then came the rumors. Foreign agencies were watching and recording. The CIA. The DEA. They'd been tracking Los Cabos. But not for the murders. For something else. Bank transfers. Shell companies. Money moving offshore. Millions. Through Los Cabos. But not to Los Cabos. To someone bigger. Someone hidden. Was Los Cabos just a puppet? Another name appeared. Cabo 50. More brutal than Cabo 20. More unhinged. His killings weren't just executions. They were performances. Bodies hung from bridges. Dismembered in public. Messages carved into flesh. Police assumed Cabo 20 and Cabo 50 were rivals. But something was wrong. Their murders didn't overlap. Their territories never clashed. Almost like they were working together. Or worse, they were the same man. Court documents leaked. Los Cabos wasn't loyal to Sinaloa, or Jalisco, or to anyone. They played both sides. Sold intelligence. Leaked safe house locations. They fueled wars between rivals. And profited from the chaos. Judges saw the evidence. But the files vanished. Trials collapsed. Witnesses changed stories. Judges resigned. Someone didn't want the truth out. Then came the bloodbath. Dozens of bodies. All Los Cabos members. Killed overnight. Dumped across Cabo. Everyone thought a rival cartel struck. But no. It was internal. A purge. Cabo 20, or Cabo 50, ordered it. Why? Because someone inside talked. And betrayal was punished. Not quietly or secretly, but publicly. A warning to anyone thinking of leaking more. Investigators pieced it together. The killings weren't random. They were signals. But not to rivals. Not to locals. To the U.S. Each massacre lined up with DEA operations. Each disappearance matched CIA files. Los Cabos wasn't just killing for power. They were sending messages. Someone inside the gang was connected to U.S. intelligence. Feeding them. Using them. Los Cabos wasn't chaos. It was strategy. And the strategy wasn't Mexican. It was international. The world thought Cabo 20 was captured. Gone. But whispers say otherwise. That he never entered prison. That the man locked up was a stand-in. That Cabo 20, or Cabo 50, walks free. And worse. He's not hiding. He's already inside the system. Not just in Mexico, but beyond. Police, courts, and politics. Los Cabos isn't dying. They're evolving. And paradise? It's only just begun to bleed.